Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Miller's Woods. I'm Michael Miller, and this is my shop. So, what I got for you today is I'm going to be showing. I showed a video here a few weeks ago on how I get free lumber milling up a log with my chainsaw mill. But what I got for you today is I'm going to do the same thing, except I got a new blade for the chainsaw in. New steel blade, and I'm going to share with you the information that I got and why I ordered this blade. But as I was looking and doing research for it, I got the Stihl saw, and I was doing the research for it, trying to find a ripping blade for the Stihl saw. And what I found, and as it was explained to me, is Stihl does not make a ripping blade for their chainsaw bars. Now you can make one by changing the angle on a standard blade yourself. But as I found out, what Stihl sells is what they call a skip tooth blade. So I've got one of those ordered, and here, let me change the camera angle here, and I'll show you what the difference between the standard blade and the skip tooth blade is. Okay, everybody, so here is the standard, or what I believe they call a safety blade that I had in the saw and what I've been running on the mill up till now. A couple things you'll notice is that it's got a cutting head or cutting tooth every other link, and the standard raker at the standard angle. It's got also a secondary raker in the links in between on every one. This is why they call it a safety blade. I'm told that this is good for felling trees because it's less likely to catch and bind as you're proceeding through a cut as even a standard blade without that second raker would as you're biting into a tougher tree or a more difficult spot. So that helps you keep you from binding. But what that also does is make this not a very aggressive cut. That's meant to just chew away at the material nice and easy and evenly as you proceed into the tree. Because you're cutting cross grain, it works just fine for that. But that doesn't work so good for cutting end grain as you are when you're using a sawmill. This here is what they call the skip tooth blade. And obviously, as you can probably see already, the reason it's called a skip tooth blade is because it's only got a tooth every third link in the chain, as opposed to every other link in the chain that the safety blade does. It's also missing the secondary raker in between links. What this does, or what this is supposed to do, it's supposed to give you a much more aggressive cut because you're able to bite in deeper to the wood as you proceed through the cut, which is not what you would want while felling. You want a very smooth, even cut. As when you're ripping end grain on a sawmill, you want a very aggressive cut. You want it to bite as hard as you can. The advantages that this is supposed to have, not only the second cut, but because the bevel on the teeth is the same angle as the bevel on the teeth of your standard blade. All your standard chainsaw sharpeners and files that you might get are going to have all the settings that you need for it, as opposed to the 10-degree angle that's on a standard ripping blade, which chainsaw sharpeners don't have a setting for. You have to try to hold it by hand and guess at what the angle is, and they're easier to find. You don't have to try to change angle on a standard blade to make yourself a ripping blade. This is also going to sharpen faster, obviously, because there's fewer teeth. So you don't have as many teeth to sharpen. You're going to be able to do the sharpening faster. So, but that's the information that I got, and I haven't tried this yet. As I suppose you can see, this is a used blade we've sharpened many times. This one's brand new. I haven't used it yet. So, but I got a couple of logs outside, and we're going to take these out there and compare the two. I'm going to put the standard blade in the mill first and show you what that can do, and then change out the blades and see what the difference is. Hey everybody, I got this log here. Got the top taken off of it already. So I'm going to go ahead and take a 1-inch slab off of here, and then we'll time that, and then I'll switch the blades to the new blade, the skip tooth blade, and we'll take another slab off. So compare the times. Now obviously, because of the roundness of the log, the second cut is going to get wider, so technically it should take longer, but it's supposed to go faster. So if it's wider and it goes faster, then that just shows you another level about how much better the new blade is. So I'm really hoping, let's go ahead and get this cut and see how we do. Oh yeah, baby. Well, I was wondering if it was going to make a difference, and it certainly did. The saw almost fell through the cut. There's actually several times where I actually had to hold back on it a little bit to keep it from biting too hard. The other thing that I noticed is that with the old blade, it's proceeded so slowly through the cut, all the shavings coming out were a fine sawdust. And with this one, there's definitely a difference in the shavings. They're a larger piece, a larger chunk of the wood, so it's taking a better, more aggressive bite at a time, which is making it fall through. And the other added benefit that I just saw is that the finished cut is a lot cleaner, a lot smoother. So there's going to be less loss when I go milling those down, or surfacing those down. I'll start with a cleaner piece of wood, a smoother piece of wood already. So very happy with the skip tooth blade from Stihl. So that's what I got. Thanks. Bye.